Hello everybody, I'm gonna be reacting to Jazzy Gun's Danganronpa anime review. I never saw the anime, so I don't really care about the anime. And I'm just gonna watch it because it's a new video and I just got a notification from it, so let's go. Oh yeah, and if you don't want to get spoiled, I would leave.
Body, baby, Jazzy Guns, bang, bang, gang, gang. Let's not get back into this game. We're actually going to be talking about the Danganronpa anime, which I binged quite a while ago. Okay, so I recorded, let me just start here. So I recorded the whole entire Ultra Despair Girls game, like, way before y'all saw it. So, like, by the time I posted it, and I had already binged the anime after completing the game, which was before I even posted it. So, like, by the time I posted it, it took like 2 days for me to post that damn game. I had already watched the anime. So, I did that because I wanted to avoid people spoiling me in the comments about what's going to happen next episode and stuff like that, because I had problems with that when I did the other game. So, from now on, I'm just letting y'all know, from now on, anytime that I post any type of thing and wrong for anything, I just know that I already did this in the past. Like, what you're seeing is a past recording. So that way, nobody can spoil me at all, okay? So, let's just start there. I actually watched the Danganronpa, the animation, after I completed the first Danganronpa game, Trigger Happy Havoc, because it's basically the same thing. So, like, I watched that one, and the anime was pretty much exactly like the game. It's just that the game, like, filled in all those blanks that I probably wouldn't understand fully if I didn't play the game first. It was a nice little adaptation, and I saw all of these in, like, English dub. I saw them all on, like, Funimation. So, of course, my best people that I love in the first anime, or the first game, whichever one you want to say, has got to be Aoi, or however y'all want to pronounce her name. Asahina. Okay, Asahina. Asahina, Sakura, my girl Hyoko. I love Mondo. Mondo didn't have to go like that, man. Mondo was a good person. My little Cheerio. I love all of them. I love all of them. Byakuya was quite the bitch in the first one, but I didn't know that he was gonna redeem himself like he did in the next few games. So then after that, I went ahead and played Danganronpa 2. Y'all saw that. And then after that, that's when I played Danganronpa UDG, and y'all saw that. I just finished that up. And then I watched the anime. And a lot of people were saying, in the comments how to watch the anime, like, before I even started UDG. They were like, oh, I have to watch it, like, Future Arc, then Despair Arc, like, basically going back and forth. It wasn't as confusing as people were explaining it to be. Like, it's just go Future Arc, then Despair Arc. Future episode 2, Despair episode 2. Future episode 3, Despair episode 3. Like, it's not that hard to me. Like, people explained it like it was super hard to understand, and it wasn't. But when I started watching the first episode of the Future Arc, I was kind of confused about, like, some of the characters that they had, because of course I haven't seen them before. But we have seen people like Makoto, Kyoko, Asahina, people like that. Like, we know them, but I didn't know the rest. So, like, I had to just, like, try to figure out which Ultimates people were and everything like that. And I gotta say, I was kind of disappointed that one of the characters died off so freaking fast. Spoiler, don't look past this if you haven't watched it, because I'm about to name some people who died. Okay. Starting off with Great Gozen. Why did he have to go? I wanted to see more of him, okay? I wanted to see more of him. He seemed like a good dude. He seemed like he was really, like, trying to fight for the Future Foundation. He didn't have to go out like that. He did. He did, okay? Koichi was cool. We saw Kyoko's dad there. And in the Future Arc, we saw that Kamaru and Toko were, like, still fighting in Toa City. So that was kind of cool to see, considering that I had just finished the game. So that was kind of cool. And it was just so funny to me how Hero is still useless. He's just still useless. Like, everybody's fighting, right? And this whole entire time in the Future Arc, Hero is just out there dodging bullets, coming to him from helicopters and everything. He's just running for his life. Can't make it a campfire outside because everybody else that's in his group is already inside the freaking building. And it was just, he just seemed like he served no purpose. Like, I don't know. Like, he's just still purposeless. Like, his mom was doing way more than he was. Like, come on. And in the future arc, they introduced the Ultimate Animator for the first time, because I didn't see him before until now. I could not believe that Monica was there with them the entire time, operating like this little android robot thing, acting like she was one of the people in the Future Foundation. I was like, this bitch got him. And then she had the nerve to dress herself up as like Junko-esque, like, you know, like put her hair in the pigtails and have little Monokuma and everything like that. So I was like, what? Like, I was like, how is she here, yo? But of course, I know that all the kids survived, you know, from UDG. So I knew that. But I didn't think that I would see her, like, there, proposing to be somebody else that she already done killed, okay? Now, in the Despair arc, that gives me way more information than Future, okay? I would say Future and Despair was giving me information side by side. So I did not know, or it never clicked to me, that the class from the second game was actually before the class of the first game. And they were actually class 77, while game number 1 was class 78. And then I see exactly how class 77 turned into the remnants of despair and everything. And then I see exactly why Makoto was going to be arrested by the Future Foundation for trying to help out the remnants of despair. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot, yo. And I gotta say, after watching the Despair arc, I already love Chiaki. Okay, I already love Chiaki. She was already one of my fans because she was the ultimate gamer. But let me say, watching the Despair arc had me feel for her so much, because like all Chiaki wanted to do was just play video games with everybody and become friends, because her teacher helped her do that instead of like staying by herself in the corner. And that kind of hit me in my heart, because like I was like that. I was like that. I didn't talk to people in school. I just kept to myself, like, and just like, you know, either listen to music and draw, or, you know, like if I had a handheld like PSP, I would be playing it in class, but I didn't have it. But anyway, I would have been the same exact way. So her like branching out and getting friends with her class by just, you know, playing the video games, it just hit me a little in my heart and everything. So, you know, and in the Despair arc, they introduced the ultimate imposter, okay? Because when I played the game, I thought that was Fat Byakuya. No, it wasn't. It was the ultimate imposter. So I actually saw like how he was impersonating different people and how he was helping the animator, and come to find out that the animator was the one that helped Junko make the subliminal messages in her little videos to make people turn to despair and to kill themselves and everything. After all of this, after seeing the whole anime, Junko just is the damn devil. I said this before. Like, she is just the devil. Like, she created so much chaos just because she was bored. Just because the bitch was bored. Like, are you serious? And then her sister, like, worships her to the bone, and she would freaking die for Junko, which everybody would do. And it was just amazing. It was just amazing how Junko could get her clutches into everybody and make them do what she wanted them to do. And to think that I liked this girl. To think that I liked Junko in the first game just because of her attitude and everything. And by the way, her voice in the dub probably was a little annoying. Like it was the same voice that I heard like in the games and stuff. And you hear it for a prolonged time in the anime, it get a little weird. As far as the dub version I'm talking about. And then the death scene for Chiaki that they had, I felt so sorry for her, because it was like I was watching her die twice. Because in the game, her punishment in the simulation was like, you know, a video game like type punishment. And so then in the anime, in a real life, when she really died, she was going through another game, basically a maze, and she was just getting punctured everywhere. And then she had the multiple, like, it just made me cry. Like, I almost wanted to cry. I almost wanted to cry because of how Chiaki went out. Like, I was so done. And then with Izuru Kamakura, okay? Or however you say his name. However, the one that was Hajime then turned into Izuru, okay? Izuru Kamakura, whatever his name is. It was like they did an experiment on him, ridding him of all his humanity. all of his memories gone and everything like that. To make the ultimate talent. Like, I don't see how the scientists didn't think that this was going to turn bad. Like, I don't see how they thought that this was going to work. Like, if you have somebody with all these talents, they have, like, no humanity. You have no, see how the scientists would think that making somebody like this
Over the next 9 weeks, Kingsford and RecTech are ready to help you knock your home gating
would be a good thing. Like, I don't see how they thought that this would turn out well. Like, let's rid this man of all his humanity and emotions, and it's gonna be cool. And we're gonna be able to control him. Like, no, you're not going to. But I'm glad I got to see like how Class 77 actually was together, like their school life together, because I wasn't able to see that before in the previous games, and see how they lived basically. And it was just very interesting. Like, everything was just like clicking together for me. I was like, oh, that's why this is like this. Oh, that's why this is like so it was just a lot. I do gotta say, I felt so sorry for Chisa, the teacher, because she honestly was trying so hard to steer these kids in the right direction. She was such a nice teacher, and then she got pulled into despair and got brainwashed, and she was just working for Junko basically the whole time after that. And it was just so sad seeing her turn. It was just so sad seeing her turn. Oh my God. And then you see how Kyoko's dad set up the school basically to keep them safe. And then come to find out that Class 78 was the ones that locked themselves in the school basically. Like, they helped put the bolts and plates on the windows and everything just to have their minds wiped of all of that work that they did and be inside the killing game. Like, so it's just so crazy.
Wow.
The one thing for the future arc that I did find very interesting was the way that they died. Like, the way that they died was all by suicide. And like, they come to find out whoever's body was closest to a monitor, that was the one that woke up and saw the brainwashing video and made them kill themselves, you know? And I felt so one death that I felt like I didn't think should have happened, or in the way that it did, was Sanosuke's death. Sanosuke's death got me mad, yo. The reason why I was mad, Ruka was with Sanosuke the entire time, right? This is her ride or die, right? He will do anything for this girl, okay? And then they get into the room where he finds like some safety. So he's setting traps, he's making sure that they're good and that they're safe. Now, she's worried that anybody could betray her, and she doesn't want that to happen. So in order for that not to happen, she goes and does his undoable or his forbidden action. That's what it was called. She did the forbidden action for him, and for him was to eat something in his mouth, or to put something in his mouth as far as food. And she's the ultimate.
Don't do that now. They're gonna get that Rona.
Perfectionist. So she put the candy into his mouth to kill him, in worries that he would betray her. Like, and then when he was getting poisoned, he was sitting there saying how much he loves her, and you know, he would do anything for her. So I'm like, girl, why would you feel that paranoid that even he would betray you? Like, he will not, man. Like, if you just told him what your forbidden was, he wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't leave. So I just felt like Sanosuke's death was just, it was avoidable. I feel like it was avoidable a little bit. But the one death that almost hurt me a lot was when Kyoko died. Well, she technically did die, like, for real. Because her forbidden action was to have Makoto live through like 4 cycles of them like falling asleep. And she didn't even tell Makoto. That's how you know Kyoko's a real one. She is a dog, okay? She is one of the best ones in this freaking anime. She's the MVP. Chirio's the MVP. And so is Chiaki. All 3 of them are MVPs in this damn anime. I feel like if they weren't there, this whole entire anime would have went somewhere else. But Kyoko's death almost hurt me, okay? But I felt happy in the end because Mikan revived her basically and brought her back to life at the end. So I was so happy for that, because that death kind of hurt me. That kind of left me in my feelings for a few episodes until I found out that she got revived. So I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. But yeah, what I got from the anime, I know I was all over the place in this review, but what I got from the anime was that Junko's a bitch. And that's it. Junko's a bitch, just for no reason, just because she's bored, you know. So, but I enjoyed the anime. A whole bunch. I enjoyed the anime. I'm gonna be playing Danganronpa V3 soon. Not gonna say when, because I'm gonna probably pre-record it and then post it randomly. So I don't know when I'm gonna post that, but just know that I enjoyed the anime a whole bunch. And I didn't post it or react to it because it's going to be a whole bunch of copyright issues that I didn't want to deal with, okay? I already had a channel that almost got deleted because of the copyright stuff. I'm not dealing with that anymore. So that's why I binged it on my own. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this all over the place review. And I probably will be doing a tier list, anime, like the Danganronpa character tier list after I finish Danganronpa V3. I'm gonna do it for each game. I think, or anime too. We'll see. We'll see what mood I'm in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This